Hello everybody, and welcome to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am Jayzon, and we are kicking off our first round of the playoffs here today in the C East Division with Almost Legends versus Calculated Throw. So, very busy week for us casters and all of the teams, of course, that have made it into the playoffs. So many epic games coming up, but I truly believe this could end up being one of the most competitive round one games we have in all of NGS for the playoffs. Both of these teams coming in very hot into these the playoffs, particularly Almost Legends, which I feel like it's had a pretty good run down the stretch. Calculated Throw, actually, I'm realizing I have the wrong logos in there. Give me just 1 second to fix that up as we go into draft. I knew I was missing something, but let's get the right logos in for these guys. Whoopsie. There we go. That's a little better. All right. So we are going to see first pick, first ban going over to Calculated Throw. And of course, as you guys can see, Cursed Hollow going to be our first map here for game number one. These guys didn't even wait for me. They were like, hey, let's get in here. And I love it. They're ready to go. Starting right on time. With that 5:15 start time on the match, so well done by both these squads. We've got multiple casters, board members, you know, everything in on this one. So I'll be very interested to see who can take the win here. I'm pretty neutral because I've got friends on both sides. So in that way, at least, I can take an objective approach at it. But here we go into the first draft. Anna going to be banned out right away, and Nubarak on the other side. So both teams going pretty standard with these first couple of bans. Anna has been just a terror in the Nexus ever since her rework. Just so hard to deal with that grenade build. That new Shrike mechanic just makes her so good in the sustained healing game. And especially on big maps like this, you can take Eye of Horus and be able to help out from literally anywhere. So it'd be a very nice mechanic to use. Meanwhile, Nubarak on the other side banned out, ETC to answer, but Nubarak, of course, so strong in the meta right now. They nerfed his damage a little bit, but that doesn't really help with what makes him so very strong. His kit is just bonkers with the 2 stuns in the main part of his kit. And we're going to see Jaina banned out. I can tell you right now, that's a specific ban directly onto Mystic. It was just a great mage main in general, but we've seen some really, really hype plays and games with him on that Jaina in particular. So love seeing that ban come out nice and early from Almost Legends. They've done their homework. We are going to see Scooty Puff Jr. grabbing the Dahaka here in the first pick. And pretty standard early pick. I don't know about first pick, but the Dahaka are going to give them that global pressure here on this big map. Give them the ability to have a little bit of extra side soak, like counter pressure in other lanes, and then quickly rotate to the objective if they end up wanting to go on those. And then, of course, Greymane and Diablo coming out. So I expect the Diablo here from Balalos. It's a pretty standard early pick in general. Very strong tank. And with the Nubarak and ETC already off the board, they wanted to make sure to get their tank in before the next ban phase, as does Calculated Throw. They'll get in the Johanna. Difference is they're going to go ahead and get Grievant in there on the Deckard. So they've got their healer now. It can look to further choke out the healer pool before Almost Legends will get to pick theirs. Greymane also picked up for Almost Legends, so going to have some good boss burn and camp taking potential with that Greymane. Also, you know, good ability to chunk Johanna a little bit with that Cursed Bullet. We'll have to see if that comes out a little bit later, or if it is indeed go for the throat, if we may try and go back for some of the squishier members of Calculated Throw. But so far, we haven't even seen those picked yet. But we'll see. Zeratul going to be banned out for Almost Legends. Such a good hero in general right now. Really good setup to a lot of the AoE Wombo combos with that Void Prism. But just in general, if you know the enemy team plays Zeratul or Maiev, those are really two of the big heroes right now that are those high skill cap that you don't want to see on the other side. So I love that ban in pretty much any scenario. If you don't have anything better to ban, just take out Zeratul or Maiev. Meanwhile, 2 picks coming up here for Almost Legends. The Ariel and Gul'dan coming out. Kind of an oldie but a goodie for Almost Legends here. Gul'dan, of course, so good post-10 with that Horrify. Very difficult to deal with. And just in general, a great battery for Ariel. So we're going to have a lot of healing coming in from Almost Legends on that side. A lot of good constant healing pressure. But there it is, the Maiev, and a different order than I would really expect here, with Orphea also being picked up. Mystic going on to the Maiev, and Monoderp on the Orphea, where Mystic normally the mage player, but this time breaking out that frontline pressure with the Maiev, that dive potential, the CC, the tether pull-in. They can, of course, still switch here in custom games, so we may see them swap. We may not. I don't know. We'll see. But either way, Tribulation going to go ahead and pick up the Leoric as the final pick on that front line. You know, good counter to Johanna. Also, not really in any danger for the most part of being pulled in by Maiev, with that Wraithwalk constantly having the ability to get away. All right, and it looks like they are going to stay with that composition there for Calculated Throw. So we're going to have Mystic on the Maiev. And it should be interesting to see. You know, this one, for me, again, too close to call. You know, I was pretty happy to see this game on the Tuesday schedule, because those brackets for the bracket challenge here in Divisions B, C, and D don't have to be filled out until Wednesday night. And I was like, well, I can't call this match anyway. I don't know who's going to win between Almost Legends and Calculated Throw. So thank goodness they're going to play this one before, so I know who's going to win. I would give Almost Legends a little bit of an edge just in what I've seen so far this season. And I believe they're the higher rate. They're the higher seed, if I remember correctly. I could be remembering that wrong, though. And while we've got a second and are loading in, I might as well just check. Yeah, okay, Almost Legends, the 2 seed. Calculated Throw, the 6, but I don't think those numbers really tell the tale of the tape, so to speak. You know, I think that both of these teams very good in their own rights, and when they get to playoffs, things start to get pretty real. But speaking of getting real, ladies and gentlemen, let's go on into game number 1, kicking off the Seed East Division playoffs with Almost Legends on the left. We're going to have Hoedown on the Greymane, Born to Shine on the Ariel, Emsa going to be playing the Gul'dan, Tribulations on the Leoric, and Balalos playing the Diablo. Meanwhile, on the right, Calculated Throw, we're going to have Mystic playing the Maiev, Monoderp going to be on the Orphea, Grievant on, that is the Deckard. That new Deckard skin, throwing me off well there. Scooterman is going to be on the Johanna, and we've got Scooty Puff Jr. on the Dahaka. Both these teams going to come into the mid lane. Their customary 5v5 drag not finding that's marked there from Scooty Puff Jr. Tribulations, though, with the spooky hand. And diving in deep there is Balalos trying to get the damage out. Emsa stepping forward, and it will be Hoedown jumping in, finishing him off there with that Dark Flight and the swipe combo. Mystic also getting very low, going to have to back out and port away here. So that's going to be first blood going over to Almost Legends. Nice combo, nice commitment together from this squad. And that's what we've seen a lot from them in this season, is being on the same page is really one of the most important things in competitive HOTS, if not the most important thing. And these guys have demonstrated a pretty good understanding of that concept and execution on it throughout the season. I expect to see more of that today from them right at the gates, starting off strong. Tribulations in the bottom lane, Monoderp meeting them there. Usually the solo laners would be Leo and Dahaka on each side, but this map's a little bit different. You got, you know, these lanes that are so far away, so you don't end up making the rotations. Instead, you know, you've got your campers. Pretty much anybody can cover the other lanes. You want to just try and prioritize the soak, and we see that in these lanes as these teams are already rotating around for camps, getting the macro on early, and these teams are going to be putting their best foot forward here in this initial matchup. Nobody wants to be counted out here in round 1. And I know Calculated Throw have a little bit something to prove here. I talked a little bit with Team Captain Mystic just this morning. Very nice to DM me and thank me for picking up the match. And just got to talking with them a little bit. They're a little bit nervous, but overall, you know, they feel like they stumbled a little bit in the mid-season after having a good, strong early season. And whoa, look at the... Okay. Almost Legends sharking around. They took a look to see if they can maybe catch somebody out on that camp. Boy, I love that call. The early aggression. Maybe try and see if you can catch somebody on it. Like, for instance, if they were there right now and they caught Mystic out, killed him, Grievant alone, not going to be able to defend that. They could have stolen that camp away. And then also probably still had time to do this rotation. But now actually Hoedown is going to be on this, and it's going to take a decent amount of damage. Born to Shine is here to heal a little bit of that damage up. But they're still going to be a little bit late on the rotation. And Hoedown probably not going to be full health. Mystic Caps on the other side with about 8 seconds left. We'll begin the rotation down. Dahaka still in the top lane, clearing out the siege camp, but of course he does have Brushstalker to come on down. So Tribute will pop here in the bottom. Pretty neutral spot for both teams. Maybe slight positional advantage for Almost Legends being so close to their fort and their well tap. But not a massive advantage. But Scooty Puff Jr. with the Brushstock and the drag onto Born to Shine. She's going to get hit by the scroll as well and goes down. But they do trade it out for the Maiev on the other side. Tribulations in deep to the members of Calculated Throwback here. EMSA trying to cap. The flashlight from Scooterman will interrupt it, but looks like that's going to be the only one. Monoderp can't quite reach them there with that second interrupt attempt. And just like that, Almost Legends going to find themselves the first tribute of the game. And in the mid, we've got both camps just kind of canceling each other out here. That was a nice job up in the top lane by Calculated Throw. They left Dahaka up there just long enough, but that drag was big. That was the only reason they were in that fight. They got the kill on Ariel early. I'm actually a little surprised that Almost Legends was still able to squeak that out after getting that initial kill, but they did get the kill onto Maiev. Bit of a trade there, and now we're going to see Balalos actually getting a nice amount of stacks here in the mid, stacking up nicely early in this game. 63 already on the count. EMSA 18 on that Corruption build with that level 1 there. Only one bonus so far for Mystic on that Tether, so we'll have to see how much that stacks up later into the game. And look out, the bush gank. Scooterman's gonna flashlight it, but was already basically in the bush by the time that came out. But they're grouping in for Monoderp's damage, dealing so much. But Mystic actually ends up going down first on the other side. Drag comes in onto Balalos, not exactly the target he was looking for, and Scooterman is gonna fall as well on the front end there. And again, that AoE healing coming in from Born to Shine definitely becoming a big factor here. Almost Legends loves to fight in those chokeholds as well, because Gul'dan dealing all of that AoE damage, feeding Ariel all of that hope and all of that healing resource in general there. And I don't know, both sides can benefit from that, but right now it seems to be Almost Legends that is taking more of an advantage off of it. Hoedown going to quickly rotate back to the siege, grab that, and could be a good time to have it pushing up here in the top lane, especially if the members of Almost Legends end up getting this next tribute. That's going to be curse point for them. I've got a reverb going on. Do I? Well, that's kind of strange. Alright, well let me know if that fixes it. If not, we'll try and take a look in between matches at what might be causing that. Either way, Balalos trying to find Scooty Puff Jr. out a little bit here. And EMSA actually even committing the Horrify to it, but not quite finding the mark. But they do get Scooty Puff Jr. anyway. Tried to rotate out the backside, but that didn't end up working. Level 10's in now for Almost Legends. So they are going to be having superior positioning here, and I don't know that there's anything the calculated throw can really do to interrupt this. Actually, the scroll comes out, interrupts it just in time. We'll have to see if Grievant wants to try that again, maybe with the Kanias Cube. There it is. And, I don't know. That might be it. Yeah, that's not going to be enough. Well, Scooty Puff Jr. burrows in, but not in time. Going to back out. So that's going to be the curse going over to the side of Almost Legends. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, they are pushing hard, are the members of Almost Legends. Mystic also caught out a little bit here. He's going to go down. Just a little bit too far out alone there. Calculated throw was rotating up, but just not quite in time to be able to help out the Maiev solo up there. And Scooty Puff Jr. now out a little bit late. Actually, a brilliant burrow there. And we will see them sieging in here with this camp. Again, that siege camp doing a nice job of aiding in the push, but it looks like the members of Almost Legends not going to want to force here. All of the heroics are now up for calculated throw. They're actually on the chase trying to find some kind of engagement here. They are running together as a tight pack, chasing after Bolalos, and Grievant actually finds him in the bush there, but can't quite find that scroll. Meanwhile, all of the heroics coming out on both sides. Warden Cage, meanwhile, that Eternal Feast just chomping away. The Orc actually the first one to fall here, and Hoedown getting so low, rolls his way on out, but Mystic is on the chase, uses that vault to dodge. Born to Shine gets tethered. They're going to collapse onto Born, and that's going to be another kill. 2-0 for calculated throw, and that's exactly what they needed to get back into this matchup. Overall, pretty good defense. They only lost 2.9 of their forts. They still have this bottom one technically alive, but we're going to go right onto their boss in the top lane. Is calculated throw. Meanwhile, down in the bot lane, Tribulation's going to get started on the boss. Multiple members also picking up the siege camp, so I don't know. We'll have to see. A calculated throw going to definitely finish this boss first. They see that ping, so they might think they have time here, but with the fact that Tribulations has already been on this, they're going to be able to pick it up with more than enough time. But Scooty Puff Jr. actually coming in. Bolalos going to push him away. And yeah, not quite in time is calculated throw, but that's not really their fault. They just didn't have enough boss burn to be able to rotate here fast enough. Level 13's now in though for Almost Legends, and these guys are out on an island, but it looks like instead Almost Legends is just going to rotate down to bot and look to support the boss push. Boss push is in top as well for calculated throw, but it's got the whole entire fort still to go through, plus that catapult kind of beaten on it as well. Oh, look out. Calculated throw on the backside. They're going to come around on the flank. Ton of return damage, though, from Emsa. Just dealing so much poison. The calculated throw. 2 for 1 to start here. Leo does go down. Orange Shine going to get out that heal just in time, and they get it righted in terms of their what side of this team fight they're on. Monaderp actually going to go down. Bolalos with a huge combo there to put him out of place. And just like that, 0 for 3 exchange, I should say. And in comes Almost Legends. They're going to get the Johanna kill as well. They've still got the boss tanking the keep here, but it looks like keep might be all they're going to go for. They are going to go ahead and back off. They've got a massive wave pushing in top, and the death timer is just too low for them to feel like they're safe going after core. Only level 15 as well, so you really have to have a big advantage in the bank if you're going to try and go core at that point. We got Tribute up. Tribulation going to get that one for free. And now it's just level 16, the main goal here for Almost Legends. They're going to rotate up and get this big wave in top. And that should do it right there. Level 16 will be in, and then they can look for another fight. Calculated throw going to quickly rotate to their bruisers and grab that away. You know what I think that sound issue might be? I think it might be the fan. I don't know. I'll have to try turning that off after this next match and seeing if that helps anything.
Gather
Either
tribute
way, level
or
16
face
now in for Almost Legends. They're going to clean up this mid pretty quickly, and they should have favorable engage potential for this next trib. I think if I'm calculated throw, I'm not even coming to this next tribute with level 16 already built up there. They just need to split out and soak, and that is what they're going to do. If they can get to level 16 before the tribute after this one, that could be a really big benefit for them. They're going to have top lane pressure coming in as well, so more opportunities to safely soak. They're pretty deep here in mid. They're going to have to clean this up quick and then run away, as the flank could come in. It looks like for now, Almost Legends just going to stay up here on the top and look to maybe get a little bit of a push here. This is an interesting way for them to try and force that pre-16 fight. They either get the free pressure or calculated throw has to come fight them maybe before they have 16. The Haka is soaking down in the bot lane, but actually hits the B button and goes back. B is for back, ladies and gentlemen, if we didn't know. We are going to see a good amount of damage coming in from EMSA once again, but level 16 is now in for a calculated throw, and they're going to look to force past this. Big Cursed Bullet coming out, going to chunk Scooter Man, and now they will just need to rotate down. Grab that one last potion before coming down. Potion already placed here. Hashtag lucky potion placement. So calculated throw pushes in, they'll get a little extra value there. Graven does get down here just a little quicker than Almost Legends. I'm going to start putting down some of those potions, turning into supers even. Condemn coming in onto Tribulations, but the first bullet back up again in response. Two-man fear, pushing a couple of members of Calculated Throw away, but they're going to be right back in on this. Charge in from Mystic. Warden's Cage going to be popped. Apocalypse as well. Eternal Feast not finding any value on the bottom end there. EMSA getting low. Does get the heal, though, from Born to Shine. Big stay a while, but Deckard Cain goes down for his trouble, and Almost Legends is pushing forward through the team fight 2-0, and they are looking for more here. Nobody focused on the tribute. They want the kills. They want to be able to end the game right here. Scooter Man is going to go down as Hoedown jumps in, even getting the Cursed Bullet out onto Mona Derp, but that is going to be EMSA capping the point, and they are going to be able to push in here with the Curse. 3 down. Johanna not back for 30 seconds, and it looks like they are just going to go directly onto the core. Squiddy Puff Jr. is coming out trying to see if he can get some defense. Has to use that burrow with tunneling claws. Monodurf getting low. Gonna have to back up. The core is just getting annihilated here. That is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 1. Going to go over to Almost Legends here on Cursed Hollow. Very, very clean game coming in from these guys. Just a strong showing from front to back there. We'll go ahead and take a look at our summary. Assuming I don't get zeros. I feel like I'm getting zeros. There it is. All right. Well, you know, hey, who needs a game summary anyway? All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna take a quick break here between matches. Let us get set up for the next one, and we'll come back and see if Calculated Throws got anything in here in game number 2 to try and throw back at Almost Legends. See if we can get a game 3. But either way, we'll be back in just a moment. All right, we are back. Lobby getting set up right now here for game number 2. And we're going to be going to Infernal Shrines for this game number 2. And we are ready to go already into the draft. So let's jump on in and see who can emerge from this first round of playoffs into the round of, well, 4, I guess, for divisional, but 8 overall if you want to be that C Division Grand Champion. It's kind of a round of 16 feel to it. Anubarak, again, going to be the initial ban out from Almost Legends. Very, very meta ban out. And again, the Ana, so very familiar from these 2 squads. Diablo going to be taken out as well. And actually, I forget what that last ban was. Maybe they'll remind me right here. But either way, those initial tanks being taken out by Almost Legends are going to possibly have the opportunity. Well, no, they're going to completely have the opportunity to get their pick of the litter here for tanks. But instead, going to go directly to the Kael'thas. So, of course, Kael'thas, very strong shrine clear, very good wave clear in general.
For the
and
Alliance.
Jaina on the other side. So Mystic saying, okay, well, if you're not going to ban out my Jaina this time around, that's what happened. Almost Legends banned out Jaina, and it was actually, I think, Calculated Throw that took out ETC still. But the Diablo actually was in the last one, I think. Either way, Jaina and Johanna going to be picked up here. It's only one game ago, folks. I still can't remember what happened. That's what happens when you cast this many matches all in 2 days. So, either way, good wave clear coming out from both squads already with these first 3 picks. It's going to be a high priority, of course, here on Infernal Shrines. You pretty much get the whole map objective speed based on whether or not you have wave clear. And one of the premier healers, of course, on this map is that Alex Straza. Born to Shine has shown that hero a lot throughout the season in these matchups, and so good here on Infernal Shrines because of that Dragon Queen. Gives you a lot of extra shrine clear and just a big burst of extra healing in those team fights, especially before level 10 when the opponent does not have those same kind of big, powerful abilities in their heroics. Being able to pop that Dragon Queen, kind of like a early heroic. And Muradin also taken. So, of course, Muradin, not the strongest in terms of wave clear, not the weakest, mind you, but mainly his big thing is being able to step away from these shrines, getting that trait to proc to heal him back up to full, and being able to jump back in quickly. We will see Thrall being picked up by Scooty Puff Jr., and Grievant going to go back to the Deckard Cain once again. It's another good point fight map, where if you can get the Deckard there early and get those potions out, you can get a pretty big advantage for these map objectives. So I like that call. And Almost Legends is now going to have 2 final picks here. Stitches coming in for Tribulations for that presumably solo lane, and we're going to have Maiev picked up. So this time Almost Legends going to give their shot at the Warden. And pretty good compilation of heroes to be able to be pulled in, and the attempted combo coming in onto Calculated Throw. But the Raynor going to be the final pickup, and of course Jaina Raynor, such a strong combo with those slows, that ace in the hole at level 1 for Raynor. So overall, I think I like the draft of Calculated Throw a little bit better, a little bit more standard, but Almost Legends has a lot of really big tools. Like, I don't think by any means they lost this draft, but I think Calculated Throw just has a little bit easier of a comp to pull off here. A lot of their heroes, very simple to play, very simple to get good value off of, but then you look at like the Maiev, the Alex Straza, the Stitches, even the Kael'thas to a certain extent, a little bit more difficult to play these heroes and get maximum value out of them, especially having to put yourself in kind of precarious positioning. And Mystic's back on Jaina, so a hero that he's well known for here in the Nexus Gaming series, and we even saw a highlight on last week Granted, it was him sneaking on this map and getting that one final random minion, but either way, should be interested to see game number 2 on Infernal Shrines. Let's get into this. Almost Legends on the left. We've got Bolalos playing the Muradin, Born to Shine on the Alexstrasza, Tribulations on the Stitches, Hoedown going to be playing the Kael'thas, and Emsa going to be on the Maiev. Meanwhile, on the right, Calculated Throw. We've got Mystic on the Jaina. Monoderp is going to be playing the Rainer. Scooterman on the Johanna. Grievant on the Deckard. And we're going to have Scooty Puff Jr. on the Thrall.
Let the battle begin.
Good luck. Have funds coming out nice and early. Love to see that. Let's take a look at these level 1 talents. Third Wind coming in for Muradin. No shock there. He wants to be able to get back in on this as soon as possible. We are going to have the Q build started here for Born to Shine. Pretty interesting. Sometimes I'll see teams building for that Globe quest on this map. In particular, to pair with the Globe quest for Kael'thas. Either way, Mystic getting pulled in, gets low and goes down. So Almost Legends making a statement here. Right off the bat, once again, first blood from this 5v4 in the mid, really. Scooty Puff Jr. Rotating up to top nice and early. While the 4-man rotation being taken by both squads here. So actually, Stitches went on up to top lane while Kael'thas was covering. So it'll be not quite a 4-man rotation for Almost Legends. The Kael'thas in the mid was going to be coming on down. Scooterman will get up there in time to get some of those minions in the mid. Hoedown not finding anybody with that Flame Strike, but we'll see how it goes later on. Besides, he's not Convection, so, you know, hitting those Flame Strikes kind of a not too big a deal in the early game like this. Really just padding your stats at that point. Meanwhile, we will see Camp picked up for the side of Calculated Throw nice and early. Worth noting, the Mystic is having a rough time getting to globes right now. 6 already in for Kael'thas. Stitches has also gotten some globes, but up in the top lane at the very least. You know, a bit of an engagement here in bot, but the team's going to look to walk away. Almost Legends also going to grab their camp on their side. So going to have to port away the 4-man coming in from Calculated Throw. We'll have to see if either team can get any kind of advantage in this. Muradin is rotating the bot, so Calculated Throw does have the man advantage. On the flank is Mystic. He did get hit by that gravity lapse, but Johanna was able to finish off what Mystic had started there with that combo of damage. So that's the first kill in this matchup for Calculated Throw. Well, not in the matchup, but in this game, I should say. They got some kills last game. Alright, so Camp will be picked up here by Calculated Throw down in the bot. That is there. Oh, but the root is good. For a minute there, Bolalos was actually going to be able to get in on this, and Almost Legends was rotating down, but gotta credit Grievant for a great scroll of sealing there. Catching Bolalos mid-air on the Dwarf Toss, which of course is also always a hilarious mechanic to see in the game. It's the only time that Muradin looks a little bit like Falstad. Meanwhile, Tribulation getting kind of low here. Scooty Puff Jr. does manage to find him there with the Condemn, but no follow-up coming in for Calculated Throw. Hook does go out under Grievant. Gravity Lapse to follow with the tether and the spread of those bombs. Mystic is going to go down. Grievant actually manages to live, but Mystic not so lucky. And that is going to be a big kill here for Almost Legends. Kills a lot of the Shrine Clear potential for Calculated Throw until Mystic is coming back. Low death timer, so he's already back onto the field. But be a little bit before he can get up here. Should allow Almost Legends to get an advantage on the skeletal minion count, but they're still going to have to fight for this. Grievant goes in, though, along with Scooterman. They're getting poked down a little bit here. Fan of Knives going to deal a little bit of damage, but EMSA getting low on the other side. Scooty Puff Jr. starting to march forward. Dragon Queen is popped, though, by Born to Shine, so she's got the extra healing goods there. He's going to be able to keep everyone alive for now. Tribulations backs up to tap the well, but in comes the members of Calculated Throw, pushing them back on the other side. They're going to start to clear a little bit as Almost Legends retreats to go tap. And now, Calculated Throw threatening to have enough to try and win this. But nice root, 4-man root coming in. But still, the damage is here. The tether is good. Rainer goes down. This is getting massively close. Both teams so close to 40 here, but it's Jaina that goes down. Just hucked right off the side of the map. Johanna gonna fall as well. And Almost Legends taking back the Punisher. Scooty Puff Jr. is not going to get out of here either. Another brilliant tether. It's actually going to be John Cena that gets in for the kill. Somebody play the music. The man is coming down the lane. And beating down the gates of this top fort. Arcane Punisher. So going to deal a little bit of extra siege and a little bit of extra area denial onto the members of Calculated Throw. And Mystic, oh no, baits the Punisher in, but it was actually he that was getting baited. And that's going to be another big kill for Almost Legends. They're going to get the fort down and then dive in on the other side, but this has been a rough minute or so for Calculated Throw. They were looking so good on that shrine in the top, but the turn was good even without Dragon Queen at that point. Still had the heals and the damage combo, got the 3 kills, and now they're starting to roll a little bit here on Infernal Shrines. Calculated Throw is going to have to try to find something to derail this. And Scooty Puff Jr. I don't think knows exactly how in trouble he was in that rotation. He went right through the mid. Lucky he didn't actually go sort of the safer route, because that was actually not at all a safer route. Camp is stolen away, though, by the members of Almost Legends. I'm going to rotate and grab the bot after getting both of the mid siege camps. Meanwhile, Mona Derp up in the top lane, pushing along with the Bruiser camp. Those shamans, of course, need to be answered to. So strong in terms of their siege ability, and Tribulation will answer to it. But that's going to give them a 4v5 potentially here in the bot. Scooty Puff Jr. actually getting a little bit low. Mystic is going to come down on the flank. Does have Water Elemental. Will pop it right there and is going for EMSA. But it's actually going to be Grievant popping the Stay a While and Listen, putting Balalos in kind of a bad spot there. Thrall ends up the first to fall, though, on the other side. And the turn is coming in. Stitch is not even here. This is a 4v5, ladies and gentlemen. But Hoedown putting out the damage, spreading the bombs everywhere. Getting the kill onto Jaina as well. So it ends up being a 2-for-nothing exchange in favor of Almost Legends, while their Stitches was side-soaking. Man, what a 4-man this is. Almost Legends, you look at that from a number standpoint, they should not be able to take that. But they did it anyway. They committed to it. They committed to that turn when Calculated Throw was on the chase, and they made it work for them. Every heroic from everybody other than Stitches was used there as well. They just beat them straight up there. So we will see level 10s now for both squads, of course. Let's go over these heroics really quickly. I think I forgot to do that in game number 1. So we've got Avatar, along with the Pyroblast, Warden's Cage, Putrid Bile, and the, ooh, look out, Cleansing Flame. But Balalos now in a bit of trouble. Does have the Dwarf Toss, but now Scooterman going to try to cut him off. Actually, they decide to rotate away as they feel Almost Legends coming in from the other side. It's a Calculated Throw with the Summon Water Elemental, Stay a While and Listen, Blessed Shield, the Sundering? Thunder. There we go. And the Hyperion. And Mona Derp looking to position here. Could throw out the Hyperion here onto the shrine area. Looks like the fight is going to start to break out, but up in that top lane, that Shaman Camp is pushing directly onto the keep. Something they got to consider and try to get this fight done quickly. Stay a while and listen, Interrupted, as we do have just a big Warden's Cage on the backside. EMSA just putting everybody out of position for Calculated Throw. And now it's a long way home to safety for Calculated Throw. They're going to lose 3, make it 4 with Scooter Man here, most likely going to go down. Grievin also being tethered in and taken down with that Pyroblast. And Scooter Man's not going to make it out either. 5-for-0 exchange in favor of Almost Legends. And meanwhile, this top lane is just beating down the keep. Mystic will be here in time to defend this, and one of the best heroes in the game for clearing out that kind of wave. But still, that top keep is now opened on that front wall. Almost Legends going to secure themselves this Frozen Punisher marching down the bot lane, which again, you know, going to be marching directly onto that keep front wall, which is already a little bit banged up. Scooty Puff Jr. trying to soak here, but it's a 3-level lead right now for Almost Legends, as they're kind of slowing this up a little bit, going to let themselves tap and get a little bit of healing. And Born to Shine, I think they might have been trying to save that, but just a little bit of that flame ability there would be enough to tickle that last skeletal minion down. Thrall is still up in the top lane. Looks like he's going to rotate down the old-fashioned way, maybe trying to look for a bit of a flank here. Let's go up into God tier view so we can see a little bit of everything here. No, he's just clearing mid. Okay. Jumped over the wall. There is the Punisher, but now the members of Almost Legends are coming into this. Searing Flame going to come down. Scooter Man kind of in the middle of nowhere. Warden's Cage does come out. Mystic getting low is going to end up going down, and they are pushing in hard here. The jump onto the backside. Balalo's trying to find something. Going to have to pop the Avatar, though. He might be in a little bit too deep. And Monodurf gets hit by a huge hook there from Tribulations. They're trying to beat him down. The Pyroblast going to come out. Not going to be able to make it out. That level advantage just too big. And now the members of Almost Legends are going to go on to the core. There's nothing that Decker can do to stop this alone. Hoedown positioning in a little bit far. Mystic going to come out and try to do what he can, but it's not going to be enough. And Almost Legends going to take the series here 2-0 on Infernal Shrines. What a series from Almost Legends. They have so much momentum coming out of the regular season. They looked so good in the closing weeks, and now looking even better here in round number 1. You can tell that this is a team that plays on the same page, believe in each other in these team fights, and just execute so well there. 19-1 on the final kill counter, and just really excited to see how far these guys can go throughout the season. But let me reach out to Balalos, see if we can get an interview in with not only the captain of Almost Legends, but one of the better new veteran casters that we have here in NGS. And I think we'll make this easy. We'll just hop on in to one of these caster lobbies. It's lucky for me, these guys all have access. I don't even have to invite anybody. There we go. Balalos is here.
What's up?
Hey. Well, what's up is you guys going up into the next round for the playoffs. And Born also hopping in here with us, too. What do you guys have to say about that performance overall?
I just think everybody came out on fire tonight. We accepted, there was no need to be nervous. It will be what it will be. And we just kind of tried to come out and play our game. Make sure our comms were on point. Everybody was doing what they were supposed to do and executing. And it worked out pretty good.
On fire, literally, and even a little figuratively there with the Alex Straza and the Kelthos picks. But what an excellent game, too, in particular. it seems like you guys were just in charge in that game. Infernal Shrines, do you guys feel like that's one of your better maps?
I mean, I think it definitely plays to our strengths. We enjoy playing Alexstrasza. I do. It's one of her better maps. We're pretty good with our macro play. So I think, that was a good choice for us.
All right. Well, in retrospect from that game number 1 ban, Mystic, of course, well known for being good on Jaina, but had a rough performance there. Can you guys break down exactly what your drafting strategy was to let that Jaina through, or was it just happenstance that he had so many problems there in game number 2 against your comp?
We forgot to ban it. Seriously.
All right,
we're like, oh crap, we forgot she was open. So then I'm begging to play Tyrael. But they're like, no, you can't play Tyrael.
So, in comms, we just kept reminding everybody, don't clump up, watch for the roots, don't clump up. He ended up going Water Elemental instead. But, it was just, us reminding everybody not to clump up too much if we could.
All right, and overall, just some amazing play from the series from one person in particular that I want to highlight, EMSA. The Gul'dan play, the damage that was coming out to feed you the hope there born in that game number 1. And then here in game number 2, Maiev just jumping all over the place. Tell me a little bit about EMSA.
EMSA's one of our carries, obviously, and every time we ask him to go play a hero, he'll get it down within a day, 2 max. We just trust him to know when the engages should happen when he's on Maiev. He kind of leads the charge, and I actually follow up when we play Maiev. His Gul'dan is just phenomenal. Usually it gets banned against us, but they let it through tonight, and I think IMSA was like, oh my god, I get to play it.
Yeah, he was really excited about that. He's been sad before because he hasn't gotten to play him as much lately, so he was super happy about that.
All right, so you guys win round number 1, and we're going to be going on to round number 2. Is there anybody in particular that you're wanting to face or not face in this next round? Or is it? I don't think it's been determined yet, has it?
No, I think they play Thursday night.
All right.
Yeah,
so
Thursday night. I think.
Regen Red or Winky Face. Who do you guys want to see? Who do you not want to see? Does it matter?
I'll let Belle take this one.
They're both good teams, and they both have their strong points. But if I was to be totally candid here, I really want another shot at Regen because it left a bad taste in my mouth. So
that was they died, but the poison took down on the core, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Yeah, I was casting that one. I remember now, but it's all coming back to me.
It's all coming back.
So we're ready for our rematch.
But if Winky Face makes it, then we're ready to face whoever. I mean, best of luck to both teams. They'll both be worthy opponent. We're looking forward to see who it'll be.
And either way, it's going to be another caster matchup. Because we got Regen Red with Arrow, and then, of course, Winky Face with our good buddy B-Train.
Yep. It's going to be fun either way.
All right, well, that's pretty much all I have for you guys tonight, but congratulations on the win. You guys looked very strong, and I'm going to be loving to see what you guys have for whichever team comes out in the next round. But before we let you go, do you guys have any shout-outs you'd like to make?
Of course, CT, thanks. The games are really fun. We were actually worried about the Jaina, but you got it. We were actually kind of panicked there. The team, we executed great tonight. Everybody stayed on the same page. Comms were silky smooth. Coach Ripper, we want to thank him. DD Cat, who manages and helps set things up and takes a load off me. We want to thank her, Mega, Jeff. We appreciate you guys always being there when we need you.
And thank you for casting, Jason.
I'm getting there.
Wanted to slide that in there.
You gotta save the best for last. And of course you, Jason. You've been a real champ. Like 43 games, 44 games this year you've casted.
I'm losing
You
count.
are a champ.
All right, well, thank you
I'm
very
doing good
much.
to cast 11. And I'm like, how? That's like 4 times, and I'm doing good to cast the ones I've cast. So you're definitely a soldier, and NGS did a great job making you the head caster. So I tip my hat to you. You've done a phenomenal job this year.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, and I've been fortunate to have a great crew to work with this season. NGS has been awesome, and that includes both of you. You guys have been out in the casting world as well, but it's good to see you also progressing as players. You like to see people that put in the work also find time to play and have success in the Nexus as well. So congratulations on the big win. Go back and enjoy it with your team.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Have
we
a
will.
good night.
Have a good night.
Thanks. Bye.
All right, well, that is going to do it for me tonight. Everybody, thank you very much for showing up. Playoffs, so hype here at NGS. We've got a ton of matchups coming up for you. I'm actually going to send it over to another matchup we've got going on. I think that we might still find Baja casting. I haven't actually taken a look at the stream yet, but I'm looking right now. Never mind, he's done already. Feels good, man. But we'll find somebody fun to toss it off to. Maybe Mongoose instead. But either way, we're going to send you guys over. But before we do, let's go ahead and shout out our NGS Patreon. It's never too late to sign up for the Patreon, guys. Get those rewards as we're heading into the end of the NGS season. So it's a good time to sign up and support NGS. It helps so much with all the different projects that we want to be able to put on and running the league in general. Also want to shout out the YouTube page. Feel free to go check that out. We've got all kinds of cool content, including a Nexus Edge episode that I have to go finish editing at some point tonight. So that'll be up soon, either tonight or tomorrow morning. We'll have that new Nexus Edge episode out to you too, which is kind of a preview to the playoffs, which is why I really want to get it out quickly because it's gonna have less and less value to watch as the week goes along here. However, I also really want to remind you guys to go ahead and follow here for more NGS action. Hit that follow button if you like what you're seeing. You can also subscribe, get your name up on that wall, and yeah, that's pretty much it for me tonight, guys. But again, thank you to both of these teams. Thank you all for coming out and watching. And until next time, we'll see you guys later. Have a good night.